Hi, everybody. It's Craig and IC back with your MLB free picks for the 20th of May. Yeah, we're already 2/3 of the way through May, and we're going to have all the games today. We're going to cover every Major League Baseball game. We're kind of rapid fire back and forth. So, not each of us will pick a game, just one will have the opinion on every game we have today. I do think there's one without a line, but other than that, we'll have 14 free plays for you. Of course, all we ask if you guys hit that thumbs up, put in the comments what you like for today. Tell us what you think of the show. Salt and pepper, as you guys named it. I don't know. Seems like some people love the name, some people don't. But whatever, put it in the comments what you like. And don't forget, if you want to get in our top plays, go to docsports.com/free60. That'll get you a $60 free account for new customers, where you can use that to get in our top play. And I have a top play in the NHL, 7-unit play, which we do on an 8-unit scale. So very strong play, game 1 tonight. And I see you have a 7-unit. What's your 7-unit today, Ian?
Hello, Craig. How are you? Just kidding. I just wanted to surprise you. It's funny if we have new listeners, they're going to be like, oh, that's the guy with the accent. I've always wanted to do that. And that was funny. We'll have a 7-unit baseball tomorrow, which will be good. And we're excited about baseball. And we went 6-0 on Sunday in all sports, including the 7-unit WNBA. We had another 7-unit WNBA winner today on Seattle over the Seattle over Dallas.
Yep.
So back-to-back 7-unit WNBA winners. And we posted plus 5,700 last year in the WNBA. We're off to a 3-1 start now, which is great. Should be 4-0. I fucked up the first game, but it should be 4-0. But in baseball, I think we're on a 10-5 run. So we're excited about a 7-unit baseball play tomorrow, and we're 10-0 the last 2 days. So hoping to stay perfect. And we've won YouTube Premium back-to-back days, including the Cardinals. And people should jump on. I'll tee up YouTube Premium. People should jump on YouTube Premium. So for the $19.99 or the $20 package, you should sign up on your phone or your desktop or laptop, and not on your phone. You should sign up on your desktop or laptop, because then you don't have to pay Apple or Android the $5 extra fee per month. But you get 5 extra selections every single day. You get an extra video every single day, which is awesome. You can re-listen at any time. So between our premium selections at Doc Sports, between your free play video, my free play video, and the YouTube premium video with extra thoughts, they just get hooked up. Every game is almost covered. And the best part is, if you join Premium Plus, that's $50 a month. You get 3 premium selections from Doc Sports, which are each valued at $30. So you're getting $90 value. And the other day on Saturday, you went 4-0, and you give out 4. So that's $120 worth of picks. And you're getting 90, even on a normal day, it's 90 times 30. It's $2,700 worth of picks, all for just $50 a month. And you get my video as well. So now you're basically having 2 channels for one for $50 a month. So join YouTube Premium. It's awesome.
Yeah, the link is in the description to get in. Just $49.99, and you'll get both levels with that. So you'll get level 1, which is IC, level 2, Premium Plus. Make sure you get on it. It's been hot as of late. All right, let's talk free picks. How about that? Let's kick off Major League Baseball. My Reds, hot. Swept the Guardians over the weekend in the rivalry series in Cincinnati. Now they won first game big last night. Now you see Cincinnati favorite. I can't believe it's not more than this. Minus 125, total of 8. What do you like as a free play here?
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, it's first of all, it's shocking. It's minus 125. This team has won 5 in a row all of a sudden, which is great. It's great to see the Reds doing well. Sweeping Cleveland, that's a pretty big deal. Pittsburgh rolls in here, losing 1-7 earlier today, and they've lost now 3 in a row. They're 15-33, and yet they're only A+, 105 dog. You have Nick Martinez here. He has not pitched against Pittsburgh all year long. He went 7 innings, 2 hits, and no runs against the White Sox. That's great. I'm still really surprised at this line, because Martinez hasn't given up more than 3 earned runs in his last 6 starts. And he hasn't given up a home run in his last 6 starts. He hasn't given up a walk in his last 3 starts. Maybe they're thinking that Martinez has a massive letdown coming off his best start of the year. That could be possibly what it is. And then you have Bailey Falter here. He has not pitched against Cincinnati, or he has pitched against Cincinnati earlier this year. He went 5 innings, 3 hits, and 3 runs, so he has that revenge. He did go 6 innings, 2 hits, and no runs against Atlanta. That's impressive. He did go 7 innings, 2 hits, 1 run against the Padres. That's impressive. So I can understand why they think that he might do well. in this game, and he also has a little bit of revenge too. And the Pirates do come off, getting, losing 4 in a row. The total sitting at 8. I don't know, man. I feel like Martinez might have a letdown. I sort of want to take the Pirates plus 1.5. I might even lean on the Pirates here slightly. I'm not going to make it a play, but I have a small. I'm just really impressed with Bailey Falter. And remember, the guy did beat the Braves, and he went 6 innings, 2 hits, and no runs against the Braves. 7 innings, 2 hits, and 1 run against the Padres. That's still impressive. So I'm gonna bet, and I think Martinez might coming off a big start. He might have a classic letdown. Give me the Pirates. All right, so the Cubbies are on the road at Miami, minus 155. Tyon and Weathers, total at 8.5, and of course the Cubbies come off a shocking loss to Marlins 7-8 in their last game. What do you think about this game?
Yeah, these two teams have played 4 times in the last couple weeks. They're 2-2. The Marlins are playing a little better baseball, and at home they're 500 team. The Cubs are a little better at home, of course, 13-10 on the road, but I think it's a tough spot. Weathers has been great for the Marlins, and you're getting me the Marlins at plus 130. I think you take them. Maybe wait till game time and you can get the plus 1.5 at, probably in that range at minus 115, minus 120. I think that'd be a little stronger play. But as it is right now, I'd take them on the money line. Take the Miami Marlins here. I just think this Cubs team, they played over their skis, as they say, for, a little while this year. I think they're not as good as what their record indicates, and I think they're going to start coming back to the pack. But the odds still say they're really, really good. Let's take the Marlins here. Underdog play plus 130. All right, next game, Mets and the Red Sox. Mets favored by minus 125, total 9 here. Mets couldn't get it done in the opener today. I don't know. It's tough matchup because they got hammered in that 8th inning. They gave up 6 runs and losing in Sunday Night Baseball. So now back-to-back losses. What do you like here?
The fact that the Mets have lost back-to-back games, that's interesting to me. The fact that Boston comes in winning 2 of 3, that's interesting. But don't forget, Boston had lost 4 in a row before that, including getting swept by Detroit. You have Holmes and Buehler here. Holmes, obviously he hasn't pitched against Boston. I like the fact Holmes comes off a loss in his last game, 6 innings, 7 hits, and 4 runs. He gave up 2 home runs in his last game. He hadn't given up more than 1 home run all year. And prior to that, he hadn't given up any home runs over his last 8 starts. So I like the fact that he lost to the Pirates as a minus 250 chalk. He also had success against the Cardinals, 6 innings, 8 hits, 3 runs. And you know how high I am on the Cardinals. They're playing great baseball. And he beat the Cardinals twice, which is hard to do. But no, I think Holmes has been super impressive. He also beat Minnesota early this year, too. Minnesota's been rolling 5 innings, 2 hits, 1 run. I think he's going to be good enough. And it's not like remember, he pitched for the Yankees for a couple of years, too. So he has that experience in Boston. It's not like he's a newbie pitching at Boston. And then you have Walker Buehler here, who comes off. He has a 4.28 ERA. He went 6-7-3 against Cleveland. Nice win, 7-4-1 against the White Sox. He's won 3 in a row to his credit. But he went 5 innings, 7 hits, and 5 runs against the Cardinals earlier this year. But I like the Mets, man. I think it makes a lot of sense. I think you get the Mets on a bounce back. You get our boy Holmes on a bounce back. Give me the Mets. All right, you're going to take my Bravos because I can't talk about my Bravos because I am personally biased. And so Atlanta's on the road against Washington here. You have Strider and you have Parker. Interesting game. Atlanta comes in as a minus almost 200 favorite coming into this game. They played Boston pretty well, winning 2 of 3. Totals at 8.5. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, they've been playing good baseball. They've won 4 of their last 5 games, I believe. Is that right? 3 of their last 4. Sorry,
they're above 500 now.
But who's been playing good, especially now. Granted, they beat up on the Orioles. They won 3 straight in the Orioles. Washington did. They lost to Atlanta the game before that, and then they beat them. So they played a 3-game series. The Braves beat them 2 of 3, but I think this is going to be a different story on the road here. I think you take the Washington Nationals plus the 1.5. Can the Braves win? Yes. A lot of games end in 1 run, especially when you got the home team. You get the last at bat as well. Give me the plus 1.5 here. I think this Braves team could maybe be overlooking the Nationals a little bit, and the Nationals they're playing a little better baseball as of late. Like I said, 4 of their last 5. Now, granted, it was against the Orioles that are really struggling right now, but I'm going to take them. I like the price here. Let's take the underdog. I see. How about this Astros-Rays game? Astros slight favorite, minus 115. I see it total 9.5. It's an Astros team that's won 6 of the last 10 games, and they kind of got to get right because this is a very good division. They can't let it get away. What do you think of this game?
Yeah, Astros coming in winning back-to-back games, and Tampa Bay comes in losing back-to-back games, and you have Brandon Walter, who rolls in here, who pitched for the Red Sox back in 2023 and hasn't pitched since then, 6.26 ERA. I don't think he deserves the right to be favored to be here, honestly. And you have Lytle here with a 4.31 ERA. And, he went 7 innings, 8 hits, and 3 runs against Toronto, and he won that game. He gave up 3 home runs. And so that's the most amount of hits he's given up all year, most amount of home runs he's given up all year. He has won 4 in a row, but I am impressed. He went 5 innings, 5 hits, and 2 runs against San Diego. That to me is impressive. His team's lost back-to-back games. And with a brand new pitcher who's going to need some time to get his feet a little wet here with Walter, I think Tampa Bay makes sense to me. So I'm going to back Tampa Bay. All right, so Texas over at the New York Yankees, total at 9, Corbin and Warren here. And the Yankees come in as a minus 185 chalk. Texas obviously has, they split the series with Houston 2-2 and coming off a loss. What do you think over there?
Yeah, this is a tough one for me because one of my favorite fade pitchers last year is actually pitching good, and that's Patrick Corbin. Last couple years, I've made so much money just fading him pretty much, not every start as a handicapper. Obviously, you have to pick and choose, but I very rarely ever, I can't remember ever playing him. But he's been better this year. He's the last 10 starts, I think this year, 8 starts, he's only allowed 3 or less in every game. Warren has not been that great for a Yankees team, and at this big a price, I think you've got to give this Texas lineup a shot here. Let's Texas Rangers plus 155. I think it's a pretty good price. I know it's Corbin. I know you guys probably heard me for the last 2 years bash him, but the guy's pitching better now. You just have to give him his credit. Maybe he's found a little something. He'll have to find something against this good Yankees lineup. Give me the underdog, though, here at a nice little price. All right, I see. Let's move to the next game. Padres and the Blue Jays. We're going to skip this one, even though Cease and Bassett, there's no line. I still don't know why. So we're going to go to the Seattle Mariners at the Chicago White Sox. Chicago White Sox, 20 games under 500 already, just 14-34. Seattle's big favorite here, minus 170, total 8. What do you think here? Can you find a way to play this bad White Sox team?
I mean, Seattle has won 4 in a row coming in, and they swept the Padres, which is fascinating. I'm very curious to see how much money was lost on the Angels sweeping the Dodgers, first of all. And this is a minutia of Seattle sweeping San Diego because I'm sure people did a progression theory and just chased it.
Yep.
I can only imagine how much money was lost in the Angels-Dodgers game as, Sohei went to the Dodgers, and the Angels were like, it's okay. We have a quarter.
We got this.
And we'll still take you down. The White Sox rolling in. God, Jesus Christ, dude, 14-34 now, losing 5 straight. That previous game total was 8, and it went under. And you have Wilson here, who came over from the Brewers at a 4.04 ERA, has a 4.84 ERA now. He's typically a relief pitcher, but he comes off 5 innings, 10 hits, and 7 runs against the Reds. He actually had a pretty good game against Miami, 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 run. He has to bounce back here. I think the only thing that I can look for in this game is maybe the under. Seattle has played the under the last 5 games or 6 games in a row, so keep that in mind as well. A small lean on the under, but I don't really overly like anything in particular. I'm trying to stay away from White Sox games in general. So now moving over to Cleveland versus Minnesota. Obviously, Cleveland is a team that you are familiar with. You probably don't like them being a Reds fan. But Cleveland hooks up with Minnesota here. A very interesting Williams and Paddock here. Minnesota, of course, finally lost a game. They were on a massive win streak, and I'm sure their pitcher feels pretty terrible right now. They had 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14 in a row before losing this game. Do you think they bounce back, or do you think Cleveland gets it done again?
Well, remember, there's also the game from Monday is going to be played before this game. So it was 3-1, I think, in the third. So you're going to get it. Both these teams are going to be playing 2 games today. I like Minnesota in this spot. I kind of like Cleveland yesterday. So we'll see where that ends up. But I just thought, once you lose a game, I always say when you get these long winning streaks, I think the natural progression is you take a deep breath. You're like, oh, okay. And then all of a sudden it can, kind of steamroll. But now that they had that day off, kind of a day off yesterday, kind of like Minnesota in this second game with Paddock on the mound at minus 115. This is a Cleveland team that I saw all 3 games against Cincinnati, and they did it all last year. Every game's close. They just don't score lots of runs, so their margin for victory is so small. Last year it worked out. They made the playoffs. I don't know if it's going to happen this year because, sometimes we've seen Minnesota, Vikings a couple years ago, where they won all those close games, then the next year they don't win all those close games. That just kind of works its way out, I think. And I think that's going to get them. So let's take the Twins minus a small price in this one. All right, now you're going to look at this Orioles team that fired their manager. Not so good. I mean, this team is just, I mean, they're 7-16 on the road, just 15-31. Yet the Brewers are only minus 124 here, total 8.5. Kind of scary, this number, as bad as Orioles have been, that they're not a bigger underdog here. What do you think?
The theory, you fire a coach, you bet on the team that fired their coach, So this is exactly like our Toby Keith song. They might win this game and then go back to what they were doing, which is losing a whole bunch of games. They did lose 4-5 yesterday. The Brewers have won back-to-back games. Interesting, the Brewers haven't won back to 3 in a row since early May. You have Aiken and Henderson here. Aiken rolls in here. He's been in Baltimore actually for 6 straight years now, which is pretty impressive. Given all the turnover in the league. He's a relief pitcher. He comes in here, he's getting a start here. He'll probably pitch a couple of innings, maybe at the most. He's sitting, you're facing Henderson here with a 2.45 ERA. He's only pitched twice, though. He went 6 innings, 6 innings, 3 hits, 1 run against the Athletics, 5 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs against Cleveland. It's been a little on and off. I want to take an indirect lean here on Baltimore, which is the over in this game. I think what will happen here, unless Aiken balls out here, but I think what will happen here is that Baltimore will get their fair share of hits. Baltimore's played over the last 3 games. I think Baltimore will rough up Henderson, to be honest with you. But at the same time, I just don't know how much a relief pitcher, and especially the following pitchers that come after Baltimore, I don't know how those guys will do too. So I'm going to take a lean on the over in that game. As far as Detroit is concerned, as they're facing the mighty Cardinals, Detroit comes in as a solid minus 180 favorite, and that's because they probably got slaughtered 4-11 in their last game. But they are 31-17. The Cardinals sit at an impressive 27-21. You have Scooball and Fed here. What do you think?
The St. Louis team, just think about what 2 weeks matters. This last 2 weeks, they've turned everything around, went from a sub-500 team to one of the hottest teams in baseball, probably outside of that Minnesota team we just talked about. The Tigers are the best team in the American League right now, and they got their ace on the mound tonight. It kind of is a little worry here because at minus 180, I can't bet. You just can't bet that. As a handicapper, that's just a no bet for me. And I don't like laying the run line on the road. So I think the safer play is you play Scuba over his strikeout total. I see it anywhere from 6.5 to 7.5. He's gotten, I think it was 11, I believe, last time out. Let me just get those numbers for you. He got 11 against Boston, 12 against the Rangers, and then 8 and 11. So his last 4 starts all of them went under this or over this total. I'm going to take the over 6.5, 7.5, wherever you get it. I think it's safe either way. Scooble over his strikeout prop tonight. All right, now you're going to be looking at this Phillies and the Rockies game. Rockies looked like they were going to end that losing streak and finally find a way. They were winning, I think, 3-1 in the 7th inning, and all of a sudden they give up a bunch of runs late, and the Phillies won and covered the big run line again. Minus 275 here with the Phillies today, 10.5. I don't know. It's 8-39. I see 8-39. That's what the Rockies are. What's the play here?
Well, you have Luzardo here, who's won 4 in a row. He beat the Cardinals, which is really impressive. 7 innings, 5 hits, and 1 run. This guy in his last, he's pitched, 3, 4, 5. He's pitched 9 times, Craig, and he's given up 2 runs or less 8 of those 9 times. And the other time he gave up 3 runs, and he beat the San Francisco Giants. That's just awesome, dude. He's 7 out of his last 9 starts. He hasn't given up a home run. I don't think you have to overcomplicate this. Given the fact that Philadelphia just stunk it up in their last game too, before they had to put it together. I think they start off much hotter. The only problem is that Senzatala has put together 4 straight non-quality starts, but he's given up 4 runs in each of his last 4 starts. He's missed the run line in each of his last 4 games. He's given up 8 walks in his last 3 starts as well. I would lay whatever, and for a few units, I will take Philadelphia minus the run line. If it's too much, I'll take Philadelphia minus 2.5, but I'll take Philadelphia minus the run line here.
Yeah, I think yesterday you had to lay the run line and you got minus 175. So I was telling people when we were on the Docs Daily, lay the minus 2.5, minus 3.5. Didn't look so good. The bullpen save, blows up, and the Phillies won and covered it was 9-3, right? So they covered the 5.5. So bad team.
Yeah, as it relates to Kansas City, they are on the road right now in San Francisco. They come off a nice 3-1 win over San Fran, 26-22. San Fran here, Lorenzen and Birdsong here. San Fran a small favorite, -135, maybe looking to bounce back. Total of 8. What do you think?
Yeah, this is a KC team that I like to play when they're underdogs. Now they haven't been a lot lately because they've been playing better baseball, so people are kind of catching up to them. But yesterday, nice underdog winner against a pretty good San Francisco team that's 16-7 at home. I like Lorenzen. I think he'll get it done again today. I'm going to take the Kansas City Royals plus 115. I think there's value still there at Kansas City. But what happens is, you get teams hot. Minnesota was one of those teams. St. Louis was one of those teams that we started playing them as underdogs. All of a sudden, a couple long winning streaks. They win 10, 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10. All of a sudden, now they're the favorites. So I think this is a team you got to get on when they're underdogs. Let's take KC as an underdog tonight. All right, Angels and Athletics here. This is an interesting matchup. I believe the Angels are winning or won tonight. Let me look. They're winning 4-3 in the middle of the 7th, just so everybody knows. A's big favorite here, -160, total 10. What do you like here? Hendricks on the mound has not been good this year.
Yeah, I mean, if the Angels hold on, they would have won 4 in a row. I mean, is this another St. Louis Cardinals or a Minnesota Twins thing happening early? I don't know. I mean, you have the magic maker there in Washington, right? And so he's done phenomenal with this team with the talent level that they have. And look, you just don't randomly beat the Dodgers, okay, in 3 games in a row. And now they might win 4 in a row here. And they come in here. Athletics actually have been pretty good too. They're 22-25, and that's after they've lost 5 in a row. They just can't score any runs right now. They've only scored 8 runs in their last 5 games as well. And when you look at this game, you got to admire, what I know Hendricks has not been good. He's got a 5.18 ERA. He went 6 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs against San Diego. He's given up a home run in each of his last 6 starts as well. But I will tell you one thing. He did beat the Tigers one time, 7 innings, 4 hits, 1 run. That's still pretty impressive to beat the Tigers. And I think his strikeouts, have been, 3, 5, and 4. I think he's going to actually put together a pretty decent start in this game. I think there's a lot of value here. You have Hoagland here. I mean, what has Hoagland really showed us? He's great. He's got a 3.78 ERA. He went 6-6 and 1 against Miami. But then against Seattle, he went 5 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs. And then against the Dodgers, he went 5 innings, 7 hits, and 4 runs. And he gave up 3 home runs. Yeah, he could bounce back, but I just think there's too much unknown here. And I'm going to back the Angels here with Hendricks. I think they're going to surprise people. If not, you can take the plus 1.5 if you want. And there's a chance that this game might go over too. I might even like the over more a little bit here. But, I try to stay away from totals if I can. I'm going to take the Angels or the Angels plus the 1.5. Finally, you have Arizona here against the LA Dodgers. Arizona comes in taking 2 or 3 from the Rockies. They're still 3 games above 500. They have Nelson on the mound today. The Dodgers come off a shocking loss, a series of losses to the Angels, getting swept. They'll come out with Yamamoto here, total of 9. What do you think?
Yeah, they're losing today too, 7-3 in the let me see exactly where it is in the game. 7-3 in the bottom of the 7th, so it could be another loss. This is, every team does it. Even great teams go through, you play all these games, 150 plus games. You're going to have where you go 4 or 5 losses in a row. People are going to keep riding the Dodgers. Like you said, they keep doubling up, and figure they'll eventually catch the Dodgers. That can be dangerous. Let's take Arizona plus the 1.5. If the Dodgers just, the games they hit, their pitchers are struggling. It's just like, they can't do anything right now. I'm not jumping in front of that at that price. Let's take the plus 1.5 here with Arizona Diamondbacks. I think until Dodgers do that, let's continue to take the plus money, and you can get plus money at plus 1.5. It looks like out there as well. So those are your all your games for Tuesday. Don't forget, if you haven't done so, make sure you hit the like and subscribe. Put in the comments what you think of our show, what you think, if we can improve something, whatever, or what you like for today. And then, of course, go over to DocSports.com and get in our top plays tonight. I got a 7-unit play in NHL. I see 7-unit play in Major League Baseball. 10-0 the last 2 days, right? Didn't know what you told me, 10-0?
Yep.
So he's hot right now, so make sure you get in on that top play in Major League Baseball. So that's where we can find our best bets. And, of course, click on the link below. This is where you get the YouTube Premium and Premium Plus. For just $49.99, you can get some extra plays from some of your favorite cappers. Plus, you get IC Level 1 included for just $49.99 a month, over $2,700 in value. So IC, thanks again for everything. I hope all your bets are winning ones, and we'll see you back again later in the week.